My name is Ching-chu. I'm a composer and professor of music at Denison University. I've been composing music since I was about 4 or 5 years old. Started out as sort of a piano assignment from my piano teacher, and my parents seemed to recognize that I enjoyed it, so I continued, and they sort of encouraged me to write. So I started writing piano pieces and little pieces as birthday gifts to my family. I think there's different roles that I feel are sort of part of the responsibility of being a composer. I think definitely writing is great. I mean, thinking about putting down music that you're hoping will either make a change or reach someone or touch someone, that's an incredible process to go through. But I also think it's very important as a composer to be an advocate for others. So it's not just trying to get my music out there, but how do I get my students' music out there? How do I get my colleagues' music out there? I'm thrilled to be part of the Gold Coast Chamber Players concert celebrating French, Chinese, and Japanese music. So for this work, for me, it was a sextet, string sextet. Had never written a sextet, but I was very much willing to sort of explore this idea of balance. I love the string quartet, which consists of 2 violins, a viola, and a cello, most typically. And I thought, what happens if we have a sextet where there's sort of equal players on the team, if you will. So 2 violins, 2 violas, and 2 cellos. Spheres of Influence then is a work that I started thinking about in terms of how we as individuals are influenced by others. I was thinking about my, Chinese upbringing in sort of a Western education system, as well as the teachers I had and the master artists that they studied from, and how that all influenced me, but then how we as individuals then also influence others. We influence our friends, we then start influencing our children, and so that kind of idea of how we are made up of influences, how we are influenced and how we influence others, became sort of the nexus of this piece, where in this sextet, each line sort of influences the other in a way that so things sort of pass along, and you can see how ideas sort of grow from that musically. I would love it if the audience would love my music, or they can connect with it, or be moved by it. But I think first and foremost, I have to be satisfied with it. At the end of the day, I think it's sort of both. I would want something that works well for me, that represents my ideas, but then yet also moves an audience in a way that connects with their emotions or their life experiences, or makes them sort of think about life and art in a different way.